This is the PNGTV Live News Bulletin. Good evening. Controller of the Emergency Disaster Relief Coordination Team, Dr. Bill Emlyn, has confirmed the suspension of relief operations in Tari in the wake of tribal fighting. Dr. Emlyn has further labeled the tribal fights a disgrace. Kaligan Tanda with more.
The tribal fight among warlords in Tari, Hela province, in the past 5 days, which has seen 10 deaths so far and many more sustaining injuries, has resulted in the suspension of relief operations for victims of the February 26th earthquake. This was confirmed today in a phone interview with the controller for the Emergency Disaster Relief Coordination Team, Dr. Bill Emlyn, who has since issued an emergency order for the Papua New Guinea Defence Force to move in to restore order and, if necessary, arrest the people involved in the fight. Dr. Emlyn said so far the measure seems to be working, with the situation appearing to have calmed for the time being. However, the situation is yet to be resolved and the town is quiet but tense. He stated that relief workers have been evacuated from the area, with some people even being shot in front of the relief workers. The evacuation, which commenced on Thursday, was done by the relief workers' respective organizations. The situation has even made the landing of the helicopters difficult and thus preventing the movement of people and supplies. The controller highlighted that even the individuals working on clearing the feeder roads have stopped, and this has prevented relief supplies from reaching the people who need it the most. Emlyn stated that the current state of affairs in the area was not only regrettable but disgraceful, that people would be having tribal fights in the middle of relief operations. He was, however, hopeful that the PNGDF would bring normalcy, which would in turn bring back relief workers and other people. Emlyn stated that the provincial leaders want to see an end to the fighting, but until then, there is no agreement between the warring sides. He warned that for now fighting has stopped in the town, but finding an end to it would not be simple. Kaligan Tanda, PNGTV Live.
Following the devastating quake in the islands region last month, contributions in cash and kind have continued to pour in to assist those affected. Taripori MP James Marape says this overwhelming show of generosity by people and organizations all over the country is greatly appreciated, but has now called on all citizens to cease relief fundraisers and let the government coordinate with other donors as it concludes the relief phase of the state of emergency.
I just want to possibly use this time to ask ordinary Papua New Guineans out there, maybe you can stop your efforts, and we're now trying to move into our second phase. We will welcome contributions still from our corporate citizens and large organizations, but from ordinary Papua New Guineans, we appreciate that times are hard, and we just like to conclude. For me, I speak without consulting my fellow leaders from the affected areas, but just for me, I just feel that we need to put a closer to this, especially ordinary citizens who are still stepping out and giving. It's time your government has taken responsibility. We now have set up the formal structure to handle the restoration, concluding the relief phase and moving into the restoration phase, which will entail picking up all the infrastructures that were destroyed.
As earthquakes hit Papua New Guinea, other areas in the Pacific Islands are affected by cyclone. 5 people have been reported missing following widespread flooding in Fiji's western division as tropical cyclone Josie brings heavy rain. PEC News reports 4 people are believed to have lost their lives in Fiji due to flooding associated with tropical cyclone Josie. Police have confirmed 2 deaths on the outskirts of Nadi, where 2 people were swept away in a vehicle. There are reports that an elderly couple in Ba also lost their lives while fleeing floodwaters. Police spokesman Joka Tamagio said they have yet to confirm the Ba deaths. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama's 3-day tour to the Northern Division has been postponed. A government statement confirmed the tour, officially planned for April 4th to 6th, is postponed until further notice. Domestic violence cases happen to be most common in Mendi, Southern Islands Province, with more than 700 family and sexual violence cases each year. Sam Mary Balupa from Mendi General Hospital Family Support Center says in a year only about 70 cases are solved, not of the over 300 deaths have been reported. Florida Gulaseni with this report.
The Mendi General Hospital Family Support Center was opened in 2014 and was funded by the Australian government and the Mendi General Hospital. And within 4 years, Sister Mary Balupa says domestic violence seemed to be increasing at an alarming rate and is uncontrollable.
According to statistics, law clinic, domestic violence is on the rise. That's the highest. When man paiti Mary, come out say normal. All things also put in bright price name right law paiti also. It's the highest case that me play work law looking law. A clinic followed by sexual violence, which is the second highest.
She added that apart from domestic violence, they also deal with other concerning cases with the help of their partners.
Me plus I got all partners, so we are just a medical some treatment pathway. Me play was a medical intervention. But aside from police, we refer them because you make at FSVU unit already established. And we plus refer them all police case. We provide medical legal report. So was caught like him now. And we plus provide him. It's free of charge. So we plus provide him. So I think so far we plus got some case we all arrest finish.
Since the support unit is still in its infancy stage, from 2014 till today, they have dealt with over 1,500 cases within Mendi alone. And on a yearly basis, they deal with 300 cases.
I think the most cases that me plus are looking, sexual violence of all sorts, regardless of age. Me plus are looking male and female to one time. Then domestic violence, intimate partner violence, meaning man paiti Mary. And then we looking family violence, also man got planted Mary biro and all slakain. Me plus are looking gender-based, or spark man pulimoleni Mary road or kind of so. Me plus are looking inside now. Child abuse too.
Sister Balupa further urged general hospitals throughout the country to have family support centers which play a huge role in addressing family and sexual violence and gender-based violence cases. Florida Gulaseni, PNGTV Live.
With today marking the fourth and final day of the Easter long weekend, PNGTV caught up with residents near the Kumul flyover in Erima to see how they spent their time during this extended rest period.
Before last year number or semi plus a market good number or semi good la profit and plus a entry established blana kind of celebrate good runners and now time police rouse market blana and plus trended na sakain and blana enjoy bla Easter weekend bla stop chol no more no am bla party bla say good bla mamas bla stop nothing chol.
All friends, one talks, to come, you missing down, run, slagan low, is that day long. I'm a Muslim. All friends and family and slagan. So now you get a legally long. Stop him or something, very picnic, family, smarting, run good. You missed up the soul. Look also on them. I think problem will come with the Kapman and the CDC. So you may leave also that soul.
You got them all Christian or style Christian or go sets or go worshiping Big Black or respecting Big Black. Big Black I'm die Lord. Now, time all got respect long, I'm all gonna worshiping Big Lalo Istak. Now, all street wonders, now, me all man American sides around the street, I'm saying. Me plus Sambla, me enjoy, me plus style house or Sambla, go and enjoy one or family ball or Sambla, drink beer, or Sambla, I'm around. Now, me enjoy him all different ways, me don't have nothing him one. But otherwise, I'm also me enjoy establishing me.
We went to the village, we celebrate our Easter, very nice. We went to camp at the church and I had a very good Easter. Thank you, that's all.
You're watching the PNGTV Live News Bulletin. More after these short messages. Welcome back. The Ombudsman Commission has responded to queries by PNGTV in light of the yoga fiasco involving a leaked video of former city manager Leslie Alu. In the video, Mr. Alu is seen alleging relations between NCD Governor Powes Pakop and Yoga for Life founder Fazila Bazari. The Ombudsman Commission has reserved its right of confidentiality when responding Responding to the questions of whether Governor Pakop had declared a relationship with Bazari, Kaligan Tanda with more.
Response to questions posed to the Ombudsman Commission by PNGTV, Chief Ombudsman Michael Dick released a statement regarding whether NCD Governor Paus Pakop had declared if there was a relationship between himself and Malaysian yoga instructor Fazila Bazari. Dick responded that Section 27 of the Constitution, as well as the Organic Law on the Duties and Responsibilities of Leadership, spells out the duties and responsibilities of leaders to uphold their integrity and the integrity of the government at all times in both their private and public lives. He stated that Section 27 specifies for leaders to ensure that they do not place themselves in a position which they could have a conflict of interest. The Chief Ombudsman said that under Section 6 and 15 of the Organic Law on Duties and Responsibilities of Leadership, which provide for disclosure of interests, when a leader deals with any official matter in which he or his associates have an interest, he must reveal that interest to the Ombudsman Commission before he deals with the matter. As to whether Pakop had declared an interest with Bazari before the awarding of the 250,000 kina per month contract for Yoga for Life, the Ombudsman had stated that all declarations by leaders are confidential and any statements and information given to the Ombudsman Commission shall not be revealed to any person. He said the only exception to this is during the course of the duties of the Ombudsman Commission or for the purpose of proceedings such as tribunals or under a court of competent jurisdiction. Dick stressed that the Ombudsman is duty-bound to accord leaders the principles of natural justice and general fairness by not discussing matters in public. Thus, he concluded that he could not release any information on Pakop and Bazari.
The government has been encouraged to seriously look at wide-ranging and independent review of the aviation sector. National Airline Air Niugini Chairman Sir Frederick Rea says the government needs to look seriously at the state of the industry, whether rationalization is not just timely but essential. Quintina Naime with this report.
Sir Frederick Rea believes a review of the whole national aviation sector, especially the air travel sector, will see much needed improvements in the delivery of services.
Airlines, large and small, have been operating on poor margins and in some cases at a loss for some time. That is not good in a nation where the absence of roads and our country's rugged terrain makes air travel absolutely vital.
He says Air Niugini will contribute positively and constructively to any review,
which we believe will improve efficiency in delivery of our services to more remote areas and reduce a financial burden on the national economy. And the traveling public will be the ultimate beneficiaries from such a review.
Meantime, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill says the government has embarked over the last 5 years on a large-scale investment on the airport infrastructure in the country. Prime Minister O'Neill reveals there are plans underway for an expansion of the Jackson's International Terminal after the 2018 APEC meeting.
We want minimal disruption of the flowing of passengers in and out of our country, but I can assure you that over the next few weeks we will commence the construction and re-sealing of the tarmac where the planes will land so that they can capture the landing of the Avira planes that will bring some of our delegations and our leaders to our country.
O'Neill adds the airline industry plays a crucial role in the tourism industry and plans to drive Kokopo as the hub for building tourism in the country. Talks are now underway with potential investors and developers about the expansion of the Tokua Airport with the construction of a new terminal. Quintina Naime, PNGTV Live.
Teaching children at an early age to care for animals, both domesticated and wild, can help in ensuring they treat animals properly when they become adults. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, or RSPCA, has been conducting its education program for close to 8 years with the aim of teaching children the importance of caring for all animals. The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals is present throughout many countries in the world. RSPCA PNG was incorporated in the year 1976 and continues to be the leading and only private organization in providing veterinary services and preventing animal cruelty in the country. It also works towards educating people about animal care, whether domesticated or wild. It currently has an education program which it has been carrying out in schools for a number of years now.
Been doing this now for 7 or 8 years, I guess, and we've each year we would see probably 10 to 12,000 children. So it's very, very well accepted.
White says children in schools are the focus group for such awareness, as it increases the chances of them growing up into adults who will be more caring towards animals. While the program currently is being conducted in schools in the nation's capital, plans are in place to expand to other centers in the future.
We have a team of 4 that goes out to the schools. At the moment it's just around Port Moresby, so NCD area, but we would like to try and expand that to other areas around the country.
The education program contains 2 parts. The first focuses on providing the right type of care for pets and other domesticated animals, while the second looks at preserving and caring for animal species out in the wild.
So Coco is our story about the native wildlife, and One Talk is our story about the domestic animals. Aimed at 2 different age groups, so One Talk is aimed at younger children and Coco at slightly older children.
Through this program, RSPCA PNG sees over 10,000 students each year and hopes to bring the message across to more. Interested schools can contact RSPCA PNG to arrange for the team to visit their school. And to sporting news abroad, Joseph Parker could not close the deal, and it has cost him his World Heavyweight Champion title. He made it the full 12 rounds in the ring, ending his opponent Anthony Joshua's 100% knockout record. Parker was beaten on points. One News with more.
It wasn't a single blow that ended Joe Parker's dreams. He went the distance, but it came down to points.
You know, the bigger and the better man won on the day.
Parker visibly devastated.
Disappointed, but we'll be back. You know, it's just got to take it on the chin.
Let's get ready to rumble!
It started with so much hope. Joseph Parker arrived to the biggest crowd of his career in typical relaxed form, dancing and beaming with pride as the national anthems of both Samoa and New Zealand rang out. And he had the weight of both nations behind him, many making the journey to Cardiff.
Parker all the way, Parker for the win.
It's just a great opportunity. It's great seeing New Zealanders on the world stage, isn't it?
But despite the faith, Parker didn't quite get there, although he had his moments in front of the largely British crowd of 80,000.
Well, for most of the British fans, the overall result has not come as a huge surprise. The fight that Joseph Parker put up certainly taken the edge off their celebrations.
Parker done better than I expected.
Yeah, good chin, strong chin. But yeah, not the best fight ever, really.
He put up a good fight.
Were you surprised by that?
I was very surprised.
Parker might not have won, but he showed the world how to fight the elusive Anthony Joshua. The first to take him to 12 rounds, and for that, the Kiwis in Cardiff couldn't be more proud.
You're watching PNGTV Live Bulletin. More sporting action when we return. Welcome back. The PNG Hunters have bounced back from their 2 recent losses to secure a win on home soil. The home side defeated the Tweed Seagulls 32 points to 18 in round 4 of the Intrust Super Cup competition. Quintina Naime reports.
2 tries from Edene Gabi helped the Hunters secure their second win in the competition. Gabi was the first to score for the Hunters 13 minutes into the game, and a successful conversion from captain Aseboas had the Hunters leading. Seagulls responded 8 minutes later with a try from centre Kia Cooper to level the score 6-all. Playing his final match for the Hunters, Tagroth Amian scored his last try for the team 11 minutes to half-time to extend the Hunters' score 12 minutes to 6 after a successful conversion. The pressure was on as Aseboas wasted no time scoring Hunters' third try 4 minutes to half-time to take the score up 18 points to 6 at half-time. Hunters beefed up attack in the second half, maintaining pressure on the visitors. The home side took a successful penalty kick after a mistake by the Seagulls right in front of the goal post to extend the lead 20 points to 6. Gabi was on the go, scoring his second try 12 minutes into the second half to take the score 26 points to 6. Seagulls fought back, scoring 2 more tries in the next 20 minutes to take the score up 26 points to 18. A last-minute try from Watson Boas helped the Hunters to victory, finishing on 32 points at full-time. Quintina Naime, PNGTV Live.
The annual Charity Cup in the National Capital District has seen a record 105 teams registering for the Easter long weekend event. Organizing Committee Chairman Sioni Kami tells PNGTV Live the opening days were quite hectic with a large number of participants, but the event ran smoothly with the final stage this afternoon. The Sir John Guy Stadium played host to the Charity Cup over the long weekend. The annual event continues to draw in more support. This year saw an increase in the number of participants.
This year we've broken a new record of 105 teams participating this year, made up from 51 different organizations. That is government organizations and the business organizations participating.
Comprising of men, women, junior mix, seniors mix and the masters division, the event saw an enjoyable weekend for players and families alike. Each team in the senior divisions paid 2,000 kina to register, while the junior divisions paid 700 kina per team. While organizers could not confirm the total amount raised, they estimate it will be more than 100,000 kina. Event Organizing Committee Chairman Sioni Kami tells PNGTV Live the funds will go towards conducting awareness on lifestyle diseases.
They all go towards raising awareness for lifestyle diseases, mainly targeting the working class community, the organizations that are taking part and the workers behind those organizations.
This year saw the event being sponsored by Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited, with organizers hoping more support will come in for next year's event. Meantime, in the junior mixed division, Puma Energy beat New Guinea to take out top spot, while in the women's division, Nikta came first after beating FinCorp. Results for the men's and masters finals could not be obtained before the story went to air. The PNG Palai Sevens team will be aiming for a 4th placing or better to make it into the World Sevens Series. The squad will be taking part in this weekend's Sevens Series qualifier in Hong Kong, with coach John Larry quietly confident in his side. Preparations for the upcoming Hong Kong Sevens has been good for the Palais. The John Larry coach side is made up of 12 members with a wealth of experience. Larry says there are no debutants in the side, but a few senior players have returned to the squad. Also included are 2 Australian-based players.
Got 2 from Brisbane, Gemma Snowbird and Yolanda Griffin. Yolanda Griffin plays for Sunnybank, one of the top clubs in Brisbane. It gives another extra beef into the team.
The squad includes Elena Abau, Frida Wawla, Yolanda Gittins, Taiva Lavai, Cassandra Sampson, Joanne Lagona, Fatima Ruma, Gawa Larry, Chelsea Garissa, Gemma Snowbelt, Mari Biyama and Lynette Quarula. Larry says the team has worked on getting used to some of the new match rules that will be used in the tournament.
The new rules from tackling up the shoulders. So this is the area we're trying to work to tackle big girls, cut them down, and work with our discipline and our line speed and just our reloads. The girls can play like passing and things like that. They can play. They can do anything.
The side just needs to finish in 4th placing or better to make it into the World Series circuit. Following Hong Kong, the team's next big event will be the 7th World Cup in the United States in June. And that's where we end the news and sports. From myself and the news team, thank you for watching. Pleasant viewing. Good night.